3231. What's going on, everybody? It's Matt. Hello. Hello. There we go. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, whoa. Stop it. The song played again. Hi there. It's Matt. It is 10:40 a.m. here. It is Monday, March 5th, 2018. Jigsaw. What's going on, brother? Hi, James. We're being broadcast right now across YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. No matter where you're talking to us from, feel free to say hi and join the conversation. Also, I believe this is being broadcast. I mean, at least the link was sent out through Twitter and Facebook, etc., etc. So, by whatever means you end up getting in contact with us, hello, thank you for joining us. Happy Monday, everybody, and hey there, Murdercorn, Dana, hello, Day.
Sugar booger.
Yes, that's my sugar booger. Jigsaw is James, Jacksonville. Murdercorn is Dana in Ohio. Where in Ohio, Dana? Hello, this is Dan King, by the way. Right down here, Dan King, and the fist bump.
Fist bump. Wrong side. No. There we go. Fist bump.
There you go. This is Dan King at Nerd Life Kings. In fact, I'm gonna have to put that up on the screen here. Yeah. That we're talking with y'all. See, properties. Yes, properties.
Youngstown. Good morning, Tom.
Right.
Hi, Murdercorn. Dana, as it were.
Yeah. That's my day. Nerd Life Kings.
I've been to Youngstown. Briefly.
And then watch this. Boom!
Boom! Dan King at Nerd Life Kings. That's right, Nerd Life does rule. You can hear all about us at Nerd Life Kings. We have a Twitter page at Nerd Life Kings and the Instagram that Matt runs for us at Nerd Life Kings. Check us out there. You can also find us on Facebook, Nerd Life Kings. Actually, I believe Facebook is the Nerd Life Kings.
There you go, right there.
Look, you don't have to, look.
That's perfect. No, it works. That works.
Crack the camera. I'm going to crack the camera. I get it, but still.
So yeah, I'm currently talking with Dan King at Nerd Life Kings, and this is for the buddies that haven't checked this out yet. What's Nerd Life Kings? What are we doing?
So Nerd Life Kings is going to be a new podcast. We're hoping to start up in a couple weeks here. Matt here is my co-host, and basically we're just going to spend a couple hours talking about various parts of the nerd life.
I am mean to Dan, by the way. That's true.
It's okay, and it's okay. I didn't visit Youngstown; just kind of drove through it. So with Nerd Life Kings. Yeah. So with Nerd Life Kings, we're going to talk about, everything from video games to comic books to technology, music, movies, all that kind of stuff. Anything that, nerds can relate to on various levels.
The main thing that I want to do, like on 3231, Dan wanted to do with his podcast as well. So I'm like, why don't we just team up? So he was nice enough to offer me a co-host opportunity. So that's kind of where this is the collaboration thing that I wanted to do, where I would like to do a show that has community involved as well. And so I'm like, Dan, why don't you co-host my show and I'll co-host your show? There we go.
And Jigsaw, you're right. There are a bunch of new Marvel movies coming up. We actually addressed some of those in the episode 0 that we did. We just did like a little test episode a couple weeks ago. That is actually up both on the Twitter page and the Facebook page right now. So if you want to go check that out and take a listen to it, we have some insights on Black Panther. We talked about Infinity Wars coming up, a couple other movies, stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff. That we're gonna try to address. We're looking at what not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. I believe we talked about potentially getting episode 1 up, and so with episode 1, we're gonna talk about some wrestling. Wrestling. We're gonna talk about wrestling, and we're gonna talk about some technology, specifically Tesla, Elon Musk, and the SpaceX program. And we're going to talk about Spider-Man in our character spotlight section.
So yeah, we are both fans of Spider-Man, and we're just trying to get the format, to mess around with the format, see how it goes. So yeah.
Lots of Spider-Man.
And, let's see. Murdercorn says, "Come on over. We're a dirty, vast trash fire, but it's got character." Great.
I'm from Philly, so I know all about dirty, vast trash fires.
Yeah. And are they making another Green Lantern movie? Not that I know of. It may be in the plans.
Why?
I mean, well, DC. It's a very popular DC property, so I would imagine they're going to be like, let's give it another try.
They need to fix it. No more animated costumes.
Yeah. Yeah. They need to get it right. Black Panther was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Still haven't seen it. I actually just recently saw Thor Ragnarok, so I'm a little behind.
And this is a name on Mixer, excuse me, has just tipped $1 via StreamJar with a message, "I like Spooderman."
I like Spooderman.
Thank you for the tip.
Do I need to dance for that dollar or something?
Oh, no. Dear God, no.
Take off my beard, spin it around.
Dear God, no. But no, the podcast is going to be pretty cool, and like I said, it's a work in progress. So, no, you're good. There you go.
Nobody wants to see that.
The podcast is going to be cool, and also the fact that we're going to be talking to people in the community as well. That's the thing I'm most looking forward to as well. We're going to be on other podcasts, talking to other folks, and so it's that collaboration thing that I'm looking forward to a lot. No, please don't, Dan.
Yeah. It's all right, James. I'm not going to. There's no way in hell. I'm a kangaroo. Are you an Aussie?
All right. Or are you literally a kangaroo? Because that's amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'd be pretty impressed by that.
Where did you get the dollar? Where did a kangaroo get out of his pouch? Obviously, but out
of his pouch.
I'm just saying. Where would you get the dollar? Where'd you get the internet? Not really.
I saw something on Facebook the other day. It said, "Do you ever think about the fact that the dollar that you're holding may have come out of may have once been in a stripper's butt crack? Now that's all you'll ever think about."
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Jeez, we're still here. Anyways, sorry.
That's all right.
Stuff.
That's all right. Okay, let's see. We got this is working all right, and we're gonna have to figure out some sort of cool. I mean, that's kind of cool, just like that.
Yeah, sure.
Some cool layout.
Something tiny. You're cutting off. Oh, okay. No, I thought you were gonna cut off Boba Fett's head.
No.
Whatever happened to the Gambit movie that was supposed to happen? They're still working on the Gambit movie, from what I understand. It's still in production.
Looking for directors, as far as I know.
Yeah.
They can't seem to hold any directors.
No. I mean, it's hard because Gambit's kind of one of those characters that has a very niche group of people that are fans. So, you gotta know the character well in order to really kind of film it. And we talked about this the other night about having the fans of the movies fans of the comic books making the movie.
Right.
And so you really kind of need a Gambit fan to make that movie work. Yeah, it has been in production for 2 years. It's probably going to be in production for at least another 2, if they can't get a director soon.
Silver Blackjack just came in and said, "I live Quaker Oatmeal." I think it's "I love Quaker Oatmeal."
I love Quaker Oatmeal.
Yeah, we have randoms that come in. We have trolls that come in sometimes and decide that they're going to say random stuff. So it happens.
I mean, if we want to talk about Quaker Oatmeal, I mean, I've got some Quaker Oatmeal. I mean, maple brown sugar is pretty good. The apple and cinnamon.
I was gonna say, for the most part, we let the audience decide. We let the crowd decide the conversation. But sometimes we got to make some executive decisions there.
They came out with Quaker Oatmeal squares a while ago, and those are pretty good too. It's a cereal. It's called cereal. I mean, you're not gonna troll me. I'm gonna just go with it.
There you go. Live inside oatmeal.
Yeah.
Dana would do that. Dana would live inside oatmeal.
I mean, be like a bird nest.
Not love, I live it. Matt is a hooker. The what? I beg your pardon?
I mean, you do live close to Pine Street.
Except there's no sex or money involved.
Yeah.
Other than that, right on the money. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. Sorry about that.
Is it a hooker if you're not getting paid, or at that point are you just a slut? But it's an interesting question if you think about it. So you don't love, you live Quaker Oatmeal. So do you work at Quaker Oatmeal?
You can probably still hear this.
I can still hear that.
Yep.
Structural integrity isn't really functional. No, I mean, I guess it would depend on where you lived. If you live somewhere where it didn't rain very often, the Quaker Oatmeal could make a very, like once it dried out, it would make a very functional building. I don't know that you could run any like piping or electric, but like a yurt, I guess, a Quaker Oatmeal yurt. For those of you that don't know what a yurt is, it's like a giant tent. Get me a damn drink too. That might be a bit difficult.
Alrighty.
Just saw a dog.
Where? Oh, my screen?
In your house. Yeah.
That's a cat, actually.
Oh. No, it was an animal.
Large, small dog, large cat.
The Ice Cube sound effects are stellar. Yeah, I thought they were pretty great too, right in my ear.
Give me a damn drink too. No, you get your own drink, James. Jeez.
You know, campers are they're good for short periods of time, but 5 years that's a bit much.
Adam the Woo? Who's that?
But living in a camper for 5 years, it's a bit much. Like campers are like even worse than trailers, so.
And you don't necessarily have to live with oatmeal as your home. You can fill up a bathtub with oatmeal and lie in it and live in that.
It's true.
Come on.
On a daily basis. Yeah.
Matt, do you still have those buddy shirts? I do. Adam the Woo. I have no idea who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
He's a major YouTuber. Oh, okay.
See, I'm not really big into the YouTube. Like, there's a few things I'll check out on YouTube and stuff like that. But like I have a bunch of friends who like live on YouTube and like are constantly finding stuff, and I'm like maybe I should, but I don't know. It's hard. I'm old.
If you like, you can't pull that game with me. I'm older. I've lived in the camper since the 1800s. Well, hey, you're not saying you can't. You can do that. He vlogged traveling the U.S. for 5 years. Daily vlogs are nuts. So
when you're traveling, I guess it's, you know.
Here's Louie.
Hey, look, cat. Hello, cat. Meow. Can you hear that? Meow.
You can't. This is Louie. It's my boy.
Hello, Louie. I used to have an orange cat. He died.
Look, say hi. Right here.
Like, no.
Maybe not.
I don't know those people.
Yeah. So that's Louie. He's my usual co-host, but so he
taking his spot today.
Yeah, he's decided to retire. He's just gonna make cameos. Adam lives in Orlando, I think, unless he moved. Oh,
that's not far from here.
No, I use YouTube. I'd say I watch YouTube more than I watch television, just because, and I don't watch much television. But poor orange cat. What do you mean, poor orange cat? What happened?
I actually cut my cable. We cut the cord close to a year ago now. Actually, we decided to go strictly because we have the Amazon Fire Sticks and Kodi and stuff like that. So like and Hulu. So any shows that
Kodi's a game changer.
Yes. Oh yeah. Movies, TV shows, stuff like that. So basically, anytime, any shows that we watch, we usually catch up. It's not live for the most part, but it can be a pain in the ass for like sports because we're sports fans here at this house.
True.
So like keeping track of sports can be rough because watching the live stuff, the streams are not always the best.
I was gonna say that in given time, over time, that's going to that'll improve. You'll be able to access more things, more easily. Hello, Matt. Hi, Selena Rose. How are you? Thanks for coming by. Hello. Use the old antenna. Jeez, antenna.
They actually don't even work anymore. You actually have to get a digital computer now to stream just like the basic channels without any kind of cable service. But they're like $20. You can get them at like Best Buy or something.
The only show I watch is this stream exclusively. Thank you, sir. Thank you, buddy.
Sure. The Kodi box, yeah, I don't like the box itself, but if you get the Fire Stick, you can download Kodi to the Fire Stick, and it's much better, and it's free. It's funny because I see these things on like eBay and stuff where like people are selling the jailbroken Fire Sticks, and I'm like, why would you buy that? I'm like, you can buy a Fire Stick for like $30 and do it all yourself. Instead of paying $200 for a freaking Fire Stick that somebody else did the same thing that you can do for free.
Well, it's as I say, consumer market. If people want something, they're gonna pay some money for it. So that's just how it is. It's just like the computers back in the day when it was like, you get a Dell, you get a what do you call it, a Gateway or something like that has like the basic software in it. You spend twice as much as you would for just putting a damn thing together yourself. Yeah, people still tend to do that these days. But
well,
this stream and Matt rules. Thank you, bud. Selena, thank you very much. I missed you too. I haven't been on here very much. I should get on here more often. Counting the days down, Matt, to vacation. That's right. James is going. Jigsaw's going to Amsterdam.
Oh,
pretty soon.
Are you coming back? That's the question.
He mentioned that. He's like, hopefully he doesn't get in one of those Eli Roth situations.
We're actually going to Canada for the summer. In the summertime, we're taking a little over a week, and we're going up to Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Any particular plans, family or?
No, we're gonna go see. We're gonna go visit. We're gonna just catch some stuff up in Toronto. The kids are gone for the summer. They're at their dad's in South Dakota, so we're by ourselves. So what we do when they go up to their dad's during the summer, every other year we do a vacation for just me and her when the kids are gone, and then the years that the opposite year we plan a vacation for before they leave, and we take them with us.
Oh, cool.
So
very cool. If I don't get put in a corner, they don't
duct tape my mouth. I don't think that you got to worry about duct tape in your mouth with Amsterdam.
I was gonna say, duct tape is not the problem.
Yeah, duct tape's not going to be the problem. Duct tape is the least of your worries. But I almost forgot to mention, we are actually going to be Friday evening at 7 o'clock. We are going to be on the Taking Out the Trash podcast, which records from Aquawaha here in the Ocala area. Make sure you check them out; those guys out. It's Taking Out the Trash, or it's at TOTT podcast on Twitter, and I think it's just Taking Out the Trash on Facebook. But we'll be on their podcast promoting the Nerd Life Kings podcast on Friday evening.
Yep.
From 7 till like 9 or 10, something like that.
I just tell people Google that shit because you know how to use a computer by now.
Yeah. You should. I mean, if you're on here, you should definitely know how to use a computer. Shrooms and liquor. Don't stay at a hostel then.
Shrooms. As someone who's never really gotten drunk or high before, that stuff scares me, especially shrooms. You hear stories.
I would lie and say that I've never partaken, but they're not so bad. I mean,
a good friend of yours tried it once.
Yeah, everything in moderation, even stuff like that, and that's the problem. And the horror stories you hear are usually people who have taken it too far. So, I was gonna say
I have one story of getting high, and that's off of laughing gas. That's off of at the dentist, which is a very interesting experience for me. Where I'm as long as I am in my room, I think I am good. Let's hope so.
Yeah, I mean, lock the glass door or get a ground floor room so that you don't have to worry about jumping off the balcony or something.
Yep. No, the story that I had was I was at the dentist and I was getting one of my molars taken, my wisdom teeth taken out. No, it was a molar, it wasn't wisdom teeth. But go shit into Niagara on the Canada side and quickly go into the U.S. making an international turd. Silver Blackjack is bringing the true content to the episode here.
Bringing the class.
That's right.
Bringing the class.
Yep. Relevant information. Jenna, hello Jenna. Jenna's in Georgia.
Hi.
Jenna, this is Dan King. This is my new buddy. We're doing a podcast together.
Excuse the tea. It's not whiskey, I promise.
Or the coffee shops and smoking, which I can't say I have done. Wink, wink. Sheesh.
No, not at all. The coffee shop should be good. I've heard the coffee shops are pretty amazing. Poetry and music and stuff like that. So
now, like I was saying about the dentist story is I was getting a molar pulled out, and I had my eyes closed, and he had me breathe, and I'm like nothing's really happening. A song was playing on the radio. And then all of a sudden it starts repeating itself like I can hear. Now the weird thing is that my ear is picking up them talking, so right. Thinking and how ears work. It's definitely got to be a brain thing. It's really weird how my brain was able to filter out these guys talking normally, but the song in the background still on repeat. I don't know how my brain made that work. Do you agree that goats... Silverback, jeez. Yeah. Hey, James. No, it's... oh, okay, she said hey to James. I'm like, say hi to Dan. Jenna. For crying out loud.
Jenna. I know, right?
Say hi to James.
What am I, chopped liver?
Chopped liver? So, but the weird thing was that when I closed my eyes and the gas really started to hit me, it felt like I was sitting in a chair in a really large warehouse, like a really huge airplane hangar type warehouse, and that was my body. Like everything outside of the hangar was the outside world, and everything inside was it's like inside me, but I was me inside me. It was a very weird feeling. So it felt that it was like it's wicked trippy. That's the only time that I had laughing gas, and that concerned me because I'm like, that was awesome. So I'm like, how do you if that's what some drugs are like? It's like I can see how some people would be like. And hi, Matt. Hi, Dan. Hi, Matt. Zoos are gross. Zoos are gross.
I don't know about gross. I mean, they're not clean.
Dan, is that Boba Fett cutout in your corner?
That is a Boba Fett cutout in my corner. The Boba Fett right here. Hello, Boba Fett. I want to show you, I'll just show you guys a little bit. I'm actually broadcasting from my nerd room, which is what they call it. I've got do a little bit of movement here. I've got my there we go. I got my Marvel stuff on that wall over there, and I've got an Iron Man cutout over there as well. And then where Boba Fett is my Star Wars wall. I don't know how much of this you guys can see. So I got some posters and some stuff up there.
Masks, rather.
Yeah, and some masks up there. And then over there is my video game wall. Oh, let me get out of the picture. And I got some nice stuff there. And then just some random stuff over by the window.
It's a cool setup.
And then the bathroom, which you can't really see from here, and I'm not really opening it up anymore. The bathroom is all Harry Potter stuff.
It says Harry Potty.
And there is a platform 9 3/4 sign above the bathroom door, but you don't have to run through the bathroom door, and if you do, I'll probably ask you to leave my house. The guy who played Boba Fett's still alive that played him in the movie. I don't know. Like, I'm a nerd for the movies, but like I like the movies. I don't really get into like the ins and outs of every particular actor and stuff like that. I love Boba Fett.
If there was only some sort of way that we could look up that information.
There is Google. There is. But James also has Google, and so favorite video game of all time. Let's see. I would have to say my favorite. See, I'm a sports guy, so Madden. Some of the earlier 2000 Maddens are pretty up there. I play Ark right now, and I'm really in love with Ark. So it's kind of got me addicted, and I played WoW for a really long time. So
Jeremy Bulloch, an English actor best known for his role as Boba Fett, is still alive, age 73.
Wow, it's an old man.
But he's since let's see, Daniel Logan was the last Boba Fett.
The last Boba Fett.
In Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones. So.
Oh, the kid, the clone kid, yeah, Jango Fett's son. Ark is pretty good. It's difficult, and if you play it correctly, it's difficult and it is challenging. And it
Tate.
doesn't. Hi, Tate. Ark doesn't forgive mistakes very easily. If you make a mistake on that game, it's going to make you pay for it. So
Ark Evolved.
Yeah, Survival Evolved.
Yeah, that's a tough game. That's it's a tough game to start out when right out of the gate you're like, hey, I'm here. I'm dead.
Yeah, well, especially because they don't tell you how to do anything. Like they don't tell you how to make anything. You wake up on a beach and you're naked and you're like, okay, now what?
I kind of dig that though. I like the survival games like that.
Yeah. So me and my buddies have a couple private servers that we play on. Just us. We have a couple PvP or PvE servers, and then we have a PvP server, which we did some really fun rules on the PvP server. We took we took the tame limit and we changed the tame limit to 3. So normally the tame limit's set for 250. So you're on the PvP server, you're only allowed to tame 3 dinosaurs, and we don't allow anybody to tame any flying dinosaurs. So you have to run everywhere, which has really changed the game for me because there's just so much about the game that you don't see when you're flying.
Yeah, and everything wants to kill you.
Yes, everything.
Not everything. I mean, a lot of the
that's for Ark.
You got the vegetarians, herbivores.
Yeah, that's for Ark. Dana. In response to your for Ark or WoW question, but even some of the herbivores want to kill you. There's a giant bird. It's the actual name of it's called a Therizinosaur, and we call it a motherfucker bird because that thing is a motherfucker and it hits like a ton of bricks. And it's a herbivore, but if you get close enough to it, it will fuck you up. So, but God, I've been playing that for about 6 months now, and it's pretty intense.
I've gotten on that a couple times. Survival is cool and building is cool. I like the casual type of it, like Minecraft. I love playing that for the longest time. I haven't played that in forever. I just loaded up the other day, but I like the just kind of chill, casual building stuff, harvesting, that sort of thing. I think
not worried about being eaten by a Rex.
Yeah, exactly. Conan Exiles. I was going to say Conan Exiles is another one.
I haven't played that yet.
Love it. That's a fantastic game. We could play that sometime.
Yeah, that sounds good. My wife just got a new game, and we were talking about having a gameplay night on Near Life Kings some night. My wife just got a Harry Potter battle game. It's a cooperative deck building game.
All right.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to check out. I haven't gotten into card games too much, but
yeah. We call a giant crab raid in Final Fantasy 14, sorry, Cancer. Cool.
Cancer the crab. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, Cancer.
But also a pain in the ass was probably Cancer.
Yes. My wife is a huge Final Fantasy fan as well. She's played all of them up to 15 at the moment, and she's really looking forward to the reboot of Final Fantasy 7 coming out, which keeps getting pushed back, unfortunately, but looks good. From what I've seen of it, it looks like it's going to be really good.
I haven't gotten into those games. I'm not big into anime and the Japanese role-playing games so much.
Final Fantasy 7 was epic though, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking to see if the reboot's going to be any good. Yes, you do got to fight cancer.
That's right. Fight cancer. That's true.
Fight cancer. So, but I've been gaming for a long time. My dad owned one of the original versions of the Nintendo Entertainment System. I don't know what they're doing, Dana. They keep pushing it back. They keep saying, 7 is no, 7 is Cloud and Sephiroth and all that. What was I gonna say? I totally forgot. Dana got me off on some track.
You were mentioning the reason why they were.
Yes. Yeah, they just said that this time that they had to push back production, that the release date was being pushed back another couple months. So, but my wife has played up to 15, and she loves the games. And I really like 7. I really like the original Final Fantasy game, but other than that, I haven't really played much of them.
I just never liked the fact that they call it's something everybody here knows already. That they call the games like Final Fantasy role-playing games, because you're not playing a role. It's strategy games. It's like tactics or whatever. The run, the choose the fight or run or cast a spell or something like that. I'm like, that's not really a role-playing game.
It's a turn-based. Yeah, it's technically a turn-based strategy, but it's kind of also a role-play game, especially some of the later ones. Do you play Gary's Mod? I don't even know what Gary's Mod is.
Not much of a PC guy, are you? You're more of a console guy.
No, more of a console guy. Huh. The only PC game I really played with any kind of long term was World of Warcraft. I really never got into the PC gaming.
So how do you play Ark?
I play Ark on the PlayStation.
Oh.
They have it's out for PlayStation and Xbox now too. So. Oh. PC just never interested me. There's too many buttons.
Well,
I'm pretty simplistic. There's that. But I played on my Sega Genesis for a long time, even after like PlayStation stuff came out, because I didn't like the new controllers with like 50 buttons on them. So, I was pretty true to my Sega for a long time before they stopped making games for it.
But if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Sega have 6 buttons?
It had, the original Sega Genesis controller had a D-pad and 3 buttons.
3 buttons?
It had an A, B, and C button.
Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did. I was thinking the later one, they switched it to 6 buttons, but
yeah, they did switch it to 6 buttons. I actually don't play WoW anymore. I haven't for right after this last expansion came out. I had actually stopped playing.
He's sober, everybody. So
yes, I'm sober. I'm clean for about a year now.
Let him stay.
My wife is actually kind of a little pissed off about that, because I spent like $50 on this expansion and then played it for like a week and decided to stop playing.
That's how it works. You get excited about something, you're like, I think I'm going to buy a subscription or something, and then you get the DLC or whatever, and then you're like, all right.
I just, at the time I was in school and I was working, and I was just, I didn't have any time to play, so. The latest expansion is the Legion expansion, and that is the Burning Legion coming to Azeroth and fighting. The newest expansion, there's a new expansion coming out, I think later this year, and it's going to be Battle for Azeroth, and it's going back to the original roots of Warcraft, where it's going to be the Alliance versus the Horde, and basically it's going to be a PvP driven expansion.
PvP opinion?
I don't like widespread PvP. Like, I don't like for Ark, when we have our PvP server, it's
I saw that.
Right.
The second you said that, I'm like, yep. I hate that. Go ahead.
For our PvP server, it's just me and my friends, and we're not complete dicks to each other. But when you get on a worldwide server, you get these people that are just complete assholes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you're on with your friends, you give yourselves time to breathe.
Yeah,
You're playing around. The one thing that I hate about PvP, the way that I'm always a PvE type of guy. The reason why I hate PvP so much is just because some people just like, ugh, they jump on you. They you spawn and then dead, spawn dead, spawn dead. It's kind of like the Ark was for the first time when I played. It's like, how is this an enjoyable game? But you end up, once you get past a certain point, then you can enjoy yourself. But yeah, PvP.
But even in WoW, that's not like that. Like there's always people out there that are gonna just sit there and make your life miserable. When I first started playing WoW, I was on the Arkamon server, which is a PvP server, and there is a specific area in the southern part of Kalimdor called Stranglethorn Vale, and night elves, high level night elf characters would come down because I always play Horde. High-level Night Elves characters would come down from the zone right above Stranglethorn Vale and camp that area, which is a low-level area, and just sit there and just beat up on Horde players that are like 30 levels below them. And it makes it really kind of takes a lot of the fun away from the game, because you're like, I have no chance of doing anything.
And do they use it? Do they use the RP excuse like, well, that's what we're doing. We're fighting the Horde or whatever.
No, they're just they're dicks.
Bunch of dicks.
So you can't even communicate with them because you can't communicate across the factions. There's no inter-faction communication, so you can't even, like, what we would do.
Stop.
Stop it,
please. Yeah.
So yeah, you just, what you do is, like, if you're leveling up an alt, you go and get on your main and you bring your high level main and you clear out the area. But like, for the first time playing and you only have like a level 20 guy, and you walk out of the safe zone and into the wild, and there's a level 60 freaking night elf rogue hiding out there. It's, you can't do anything. You just, as soon as you walk out, because the night elves have a invisibility ability where they hide in the shadows and they jump out and they kill you, and they just do it constantly, and they camp your corpse so you can't get back to your body, and so it's just for hours, and I mean literally hours of just sitting there trying to find a way to get stuff done, so that you can level up, and they're just making your life hell. So I quickly got out of the PvP server because it just was like, I'm not going to enjoy this game.
No, I was going to say, it's not a pleasant experience, and that's the whole reason why you're getting a game, is to have fun and to enjoy the experience. Yeah.
So, but
did you RP much on a while?
Yeah, I was on an RP server. A lot of the RP servers weird, to say the least. But there are some RP servers with some guilds that do RP where they stick, like, it's strict RP, and it's it's by the canon and stuff. And what drew me to World of Warcraft was I played the games, the early games, World of Warcraft, or Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 3, which are turn-based strategy games for the most part. Building bases and collecting resources and stuff like that,
like Age of Empires or Command and Conquer and that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly like that. So but there's a history, there's a great storyline behind the World of Warcraft game. If you read the books and you look at the comics and and really pay attention to the cutscenes and stuff, there's a really great storyline, a really great fantasy storyline that is well told throughout the games. So I got really into the history of it, and bought, like, I have a bunch of the books, I have a bunch of the comics, so I read those on a regular basis. I love the story of the game. I just can't play the game anymore. I don't have the time or the patience for it at this point. So, but yeah, I did some of the role play. I had created a orc hunter on the role play server.
An orc hunter, or a person who hunts orcs?
A orc hunter, a orc who is a hunter.
All right.
And I role played him. I got really into that actually for a little while. I even created a blog spot page for my Orc Hunter where I made him I made him like a captain in the army, and I created like a running diary of his exploits, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Nobody read it, but I thought it was cool.
Like you could see Orc with a little laptop. Dear diary.
Right.
Let's see. Dana says, "See, I can't RP. I feel awkward." I know. That's common.
Yes. She continues, like, it always turns sexual people. I'm like, oh my god, no, Catwoman. You're right, and there are RP servers where it is very sexual. It's very sexual, especially like everybody who knows anything about the RP servers on WoW knows all about Goldshire.
Tentacles abort mission.
And Goldshire is a place where a lot of the sexual RPers like to go, and like they'll strip their characters down to as naked as they can get them, and they dance on tables, and like I'm not into that kind of role play, but you know. The lore WoW is great, but I think Blizzard are running out of stuff to do and just throwing stuff out there. I think you're right. I think that's why there's kind of that reboot with the Battle for Azeroth expansion. There's a reboot of the PvP, like the PvP-driven storyline and everything, which I'm not sure how that's going to work on PvE servers because, you know, I'm sure there's going to be missions where you have to take on, you know, NPCs from the other factions and stuff like that. But like, it seems to me like a Battle for Azeroth would be a very PvP-driven storyline.
Now, why don't people put as much passion and detail into other genres of games like they do fantasy games? Because when you think about all the fantasy stuff that's out there, like Lord of the Rings, Onward, just that. All the Dungeons and Dragons and all the Diablos and all the clones and stuff, all the Skyrims and all that. Why won't people put passion and detail in stories into other genres like they do?
I think it's because like when you look at sci-fi, and my problem with sci-fi is I think what a lot of people who don't get into sci-fi have a problem with, it's very technical. There's a lot of, like, when you read a sci-fi book, especially, there's a lot of technical jargon on, you know, like what this computer does and how this ship works and, you know, the parts on this ship and stuff like that. That can be hard to read at times.
Well, for me, the cliffs of Everdorn and the Lord Flizzlebottom, and all it's like, oh my god.
If you read like Game of Thrones and stuff like that, those kinds of books, those are kind of hard to read if you're not into that genre as well. So I think it's really just, but like, I think most fantasy is a little easier to pick up and just start reading than sci-fi is, and I think that's why less people get into sci-fi than they do into fantasy. I think it's also the rights and the money they have to put into it. Yeah, I mean that could be a big part of it as well. If
you have your own IP, if you're creating your own, I mean that's kind of like the whole reason why I want to do 10,000 Worlds is because there's other stuff out there, and it's like whatever I can do to get some people to, you know, if you like the whole thing about 3231 and what my whole thing is, like I've told you about, that is the circles of influence, is the spheres of influence that you have. If you like A and somebody else likes C, then maybe there's a possibility that you could make a B in there somewhere, that you could you could find some way to connect that. So to have like a space game, you still have the exploration fact, you still have discovery, you still have characters, you still have conflict, you have, you know, all the themes. So.
And I think Mass Effect for the first 2 games was very popular, and people really liked Mass Effect, and it really kind of hit a good nerve. People, the storyline was good and all. They kind of fucked it up with
and Halo, really.
Halo was very popular.
The actual storyline, the actual campaigns and stuff like that.
But I think where Halo messed up is they have the same problem as Call of Duty, because Call of Duty has always had good storylines for their single player modes, but it's all multiplayer now.
By the way, Dana, Duty. Sorry.
Duty.
That's a Dana line. Duty. My best friend puts passion into D&D and LARPing like scary amounts. He made 3D printed molds.
I don't LARP, but I've put some heavy duty. I've spent quite a bit of money on D&D. I have a friend of mine, actually the guy that does the theme song for our Nerd Life King show. He's used to be my DM, Dungeon Master, and he spent $400 on these amazing clay scenery pieces for when we play D&D. Just a crap ton of money. And I told him, I was like, you can tell that you're single because
yeah, right. That's right. There would have been a whole bunch of blood
in my sleep.
with the diorama.
With the pieces, yeah, should have just beat my head in just like that. So yeah, no, it was. But yeah, you can get working on a documentary about LARPing. I know nothing about it. If you come down here to Florida, there's a lot of LARP down here because the weather's nice for it year round. So there's a lot of the they do. I've done some of the foam weapon fighting. That's about as close to LARPing as I get. But it's very strenuous. It's actually quite a bit of exercise. But they have different meetings.
Unless you're doing like vampire LARPing, like the White Wolf Vampire Masquerade LARPing, which is a bunch of goth kids trying to be goth, trying to act like they're important. And
I never got into the games. But the man, best friend has like 4 girlfriends. Yeah. I don't underestimate the nerds, man. I'm telling you.
That's right. When it comes to getting tail.
Yeah.
Literally.
But yeah, the foam weapon fighting is big down here. There's an event. I want to say.
Yeah, it's the Society of Creative Anachronisms.
Society of Creative Anachronisms.
CSA. They do yes. The Ren Fests, and they're involved with all those stuff.
Well, yeah, but there's another one.
CSA, also known as Silly Costume Tassels, from what I remember they're called.
There's also just the straight up foam fighting leagues that they have, and they have a big event coming up. I think it's in August. It's called Summer Slaughter or something like that, and they get like 1,000 people, and they just have this big battle royal with foam weapons out in this field, and it's pretty intense.
Beating the shit out of your friends.
Yeah,
and total strangers.
And when you think about foam weapons, it's not like like the soft foam. Like these, like when you get hit with these things, they kind of have some pop to them. They have these big 2-handed, like 5-foot-long 2-handed foam battle axes. That'll give you a concussion if you get hit in the head with. So
I actually made one time because I wanted to get involved with something like that. I had you get a large closet dowel sort of thing, that the hang your clothes and stuff on. I got a big wooden dowel like that. I took a couple foam noodles and duct tape them. Got some got a pole arm set up. It was pretty good. It was pretty awesome. It was like my well, it wasn't really I wanted to make a claymore.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a little too big, so I'm like, loved it. I loved it though.
I will say I don't LARP, but I do cosplay. So actually, we're going to MegaCon. Me and my family are going to MegaCon in May in Orlando, and dressing up as steampunk versions of Alice in Wonderland.
I'll just bring pool noodles and hand sanitizer.
There you go. Lots and lots of hand sanitizer. And actually, I actually have one of the pieces. Give me 1 second. I have one of the pieces of wearing.
Oh, cool. Absolutely. Yeah. Day cosplays. Yep. That's cool.
So I am going as the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, a steampunk version, and this is what I will be wearing, and I don't know how.
Oh, cool.
So I made this. Most of it's foam, some fur, different pieces. Like all this here is foam, and there's a.
That's awesome.
Here. Yeah. This took me a couple weeks to make up. Can't really see the ear.
Fat Sailor Scouts. Dana. That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, my wife is going to Queen of Hearts. She's working on her dress. She's been working on her dress that she's going to wear. She's got this red, white, and black dress, big hoop skirt, and then we're going to attach playing cards to the. She's got a corset that she's making. So yeah, it's going to be pretty. Say my daughter's going as Alice, like a steampunk version of Alice, and then we're doing a steampunk version of the Mad Hatter son. And then on one of the days we have individual costumes that we're doing, and I'm going as the David Tennant version of Who.
Will you post pics on the tweeters? We
will. I'll be posting pics. I'll be posting pics on the Life King Twitter page, the Instagram, some up on the Facebook. I will also be doing a Facebook live stream from MegaCon.
Oh, that's right.
Today.
That's right. You said you can do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, for Nerd Life Kings. I will not be in costume that day because when you're in costume, people come up to you all the time, and it's very busy while you're in costume. So I don't want to have to be trying to do the Facebook live stream while I'm in costume.
Yeah. Right.
But I will be live streaming from MegaCon for Nerd Life Kings days that we're there, because we're there. We have tickets to be there all 4 days, but I think we're actually going to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's awesome. So, well, I think we're going to wrap this up right now because it's 11:30 and we got some home stuff, some real life stuff, IRL stuff we got to do. But yeah, this is basically what I don't use Facebook. Boo. No, it's all right. See, what we're doing is we're a lot of times when we post stuff on Instagram, you can post on Instagram, you can have it post on Twitter and Facebook at the same time. So more than likely, you're going to get info no matter where we're posting it at. You'll be able to check it out at Nerd Life Kings on any one of those.
Twitter and on Twitter and Facebook Kings, or at Twitter and on Instagram at Nerd Life Kings. I believe on Facebook it's the Nerd Life Kings if you want to find us on there. But yeah, definitely shoot over to Twitter and Instagram, find us, and give us a follow. So it's nice meeting you too, Dana.
Love you, Dave. Absolutely. Yes, we're gonna close this up here, and this is kind of cool. Like this is just a casual conversation type of thing that we're gonna be that I would like to do. Reconnect with the folks that I haven't been on Periscope in a long time, and we can talk about whatever. And like I said, just bullshit. It doesn't necessarily have to be. This is stuff that obviously would be fantastic to do on our podcast to discuss, but it's also cool to get that immediate feedback as well. And so hopefully the whole idea of this is to get more people that are that maybe they check out YouTube and Twitch, maybe they don't listen to podcasts very much, or people just to get some people to maybe float over from one to the other. We've talked about we're gonna do the podcast. We're gonna do like a straight audio podcast. We'll do a live stream from time to time, and we've talked about doing gameplay versions on the podcast as well. So there'll be a lot of different options. Everything will be posted to all 3 formats as far as Twitter and Facebook, so that all of our fans, when we get them, can listen into us all the time. I will. I'll say hi to Pam for you, Selena. No matter where you frequent, whether you're mostly on Twitch or, like I said, we get to like Mixer and other let me find it right here. We go to Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, YouNow, Mixer, Ustream, and Periscope through this broadcast, and also the link ends up going out there, or you can end up linking out, I should say, to the Twitter page and the Facebook page for 3231. So we're going to get it all taken care of, where we can, anytime you're signed up with anyone, either one at 3231, hopefully both at 3231 or at Nerd Life Kings, right down here. You can check them out. No matter which one you're following, you can. There you go. No matter which one you're following, you can. Join the conversation, and that's the whole point of this, is to get everybody to watch us on their own. So thank you very much, Dan. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Thank you for having me.
We'll do another. We'll do this again. This is pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
It's nice to have another voice on the line. So, thank you guys, and
everybody have a good day.
As usual, if you have not followed us yet, please follow us. I'm at 3231. Dan is at Nerd Life Kings. And always share. Please share this, no matter where you're looking at us from. Share this broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends.
And make sure to check us out Friday on Taking Out the Trash podcast.
Absolutely,
because we will be there talking about us.
And you'll know that if you follow us, you get that information.
That's right.
So, thanks, guys. Have a great day, and love you. Bye.
Later.